Everybody, I decided to go live, and Ruthie's in there throwing a fit because I didn't tell her, and we don't ever go live, and so we're live. And the reason why I'm live is because our last video seems to have sparked a lot of interest in me selling the truck. So I know there's nobody out there knowing that I'm alive right now, so I just kind of like hang out and drink my coffee. I got up this morning and made pancakes and bacon, and Ruthie's in there pancake and baconing right now, throwing a fit because I went live. So I know there's the is there do we have a goal? I have a goal. Maybe if we have start a goal. No, I guess not. Let's say a goal to have one person make a comment. So um, it's okay. We're live, and again, this is about selling the Freightliner. So, and if you have an opinion, I'm here live, looking at your words, which are zero right now. I'm waiting to answer your questions.
Tell them about my conviction about not YouTubing on Sundays.
Richie says that she has a conviction of not doing any YouTubing on
I
Sundays.
started last week.
So therefore, she says she's not going to talk to anybody. So she's not going to have any part of it. So she said, Stephen, you're on your own. Crash and burn on your own. So anyway, uh, now since there's nobody here, I'm just going to go ahead and act like you are here. Um, uh, the reasoning for saying that I would sell the truck. Now, I'm not actually pursuing selling the truck. Right now, I'm pursuing getting set up with Jones Motor Freight. As of right now, they said that they would accept an inspection that was done within the last 75 days. Well, I had one, so I sent that in. I sent the title in, sent in the SR22 filing, and or was it the 2290? Yeah, sent in the 2290. I did everything. Did a test. It took about 4 hours, right around 4 or 5 hours, and a bunch of tests about flies and safety and about hands free. And in fact, Jones, in their tests, were actually saying that they didn't want me to even have a phone on. So, and that I put it on airplane mode, and that I'll pull over someplace to answer my phone calls. Well, I'm not exactly sure how that would work because I've always answered my phone calls. The only thing is, I make sure that everything is hands free. That's why I put this new radio in there because last radio, uh, it would answer the call, but I couldn't talk to nobody. So I got rid of that thing and installed a new one. I still haven't made a phone call on it yet. I need to do that. Because you need to when then I know so a lot of my radios that I've had in the past, you'll get like this echo and it drives people crazy. Well, what I found out is that while you're on your phone, uh, you can uh, you can get on your mic settings. But if you're not in the middle of a phone conversation on the radio, then the mic settings won't appear. So you have to be on the phone talking, and while you're talking, you can go to mic settings. And what you want to do is you want to tune those. That's the way I've experienced it. Make those tunings as low as possible, and that way you can cut out all the echo. You would think to turn it up so that they can hear you in that truck, but that's what causes the echo. That's what I found out, at least in my last truck, anyway. So I need to get in there and make a phone call and turn those settings down. And welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. I'm guarding my privacy.
Tell them how you would love to be able to work on trucks and just that's all you want to do.
Well, so Ruthie's mom's made a comment. Is Steven really going to sell that truck? Well, I don't believe anybody would give me the money that it would take to buy the truck. So, because I bought it for 15 grand, I flew up there to get it, and I just spent the last 3 months getting it prepared for the road. And the money that I put in it, the work that I put in it, 35,000, and I still wouldn't be getting what I actually got into it. So, and I knew that that was going to happen when I found out that it wasn't the truck that it was supposed to be. That's why I took it so hard, and because I knew that the things that they said that had to be done to it was with my capabilities was going to be a big job, and I certainly wouldn't pay anybody to do it. You think I got a lot of money and time into it now? Of course, I probably wouldn't have as much time, but I definitely have a lot more money, which would take up time to pay. So anyway, so selling the truck is really not a reality. My number one focus right now is to get to work and focus on making money. And I don't, because of me not liking the truck, I just don't like it anymore after that. But I would probably, as soon as I get financially stable, be looking to replace it. I can say that. So Jones Motor Freight offers step deck with ramps for $350 a week, and so that's 14 whatever a month. So that's a trailer payment. I'm also getting well, Ruthie should be doing the paperwork on. Uh, Ruthie should be doing the paperwork on getting cleared to buy a trailer. I don't know if I immediately jump out there and buy a trailer, but I definitely want to get my own trailer because I don't like pulling somebody else's trailer and paying somebody $1,400 a month. Although I don't know, but I'll do it in the get go because I don't know anything about Jones Motor. I know the best money that I ever made was through Jones Motor, and but their regulations or their desire to keep you from doing anything but staring out the windshield and not making phone calls or scratching your nuts. Or, did I say that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Or scratching your head or
Your
anything
goal
else.
would be if you could not even drive at all, if you could fix trucks up.
So Ruthie said she wasn't going to have nothing with YouTube, but she's standing over there in the doorway demanding the answer her questions. Come on, Ruthie, get a chair.
No.
Nobody's on here anyway. It's just you and I. Come on.
I'll make a little appearance, and then I'm just.
Oh, you gonna come and make a cameo?
Okay, y'all. It's Sunday morning, and I haven't showered, and my hair. It's
No, that's
8:10. No, it's 8:10 a.m. and Sunday school's at 10 o'clock, and I haven't had a shower. And Steven sprung this on me, and he's just like, I'm going live. I'm going live, and so you see what you get. You get somebody who just got out of bed, and I don't really appreciate you going live and not telling me. But
And that like Ruthie, I'll be talking about something, and she comes in here and has something totally off out of the moon.
well, I mean, I'm not really.
I forgot about what I was talking about.
Well, okay. First of all, I'll
Oh
say.
yeah, getting a trailer. So yeah, Richie's going to do some paperwork. So and I have great credit. I want to get approved for my own trailer. I'm not going to go out and get one tomorrow. I want to see how this Jones Motor thing is going to work out. If I want to be there or if I don't want to be there. I do know that this stuff about not being able to talk on your phone while driving even if it's hands free, is kind of wow. I ain't digging that. So they're, I mean, to me, they're kind of getting uh, a little aggressive.
Well, that is going to affect the way that you and I can communicate. As far as Stephen would have hands free, he would be. I mean, so he didn't. He wasn't holding a phone, but hands free, just driving down the road, talking to me for hours at a time. And you used to talk to your mom for hours at a
Well, yeah.
time.
So, and that's just it. When you're out on the open road or whatever, and you know, having somebody on the phone, the next thing you know, time has passed by and you put in a lot of miles. But if you know, that's bull. I could just tell you right now, not answering your phone and talking while you're driving is bull. You can have hands free. You know, you don't have to have be touching anything. You don't ever even have to look at the phone. You can always watch the road in the mirrors. And I've been doing it for as long as there's been cell phones. So and
So,
so you know, that's you know, that's the way they're going to be. I'm sure I won't be there but a minute. So
well, one thing is for sure. I mean, Stephen would kill many hours going down the road, talking to me.
I'd call my mom if she was still alive and she could still hear, and I could talk to her for 8 hours and go all the way across the country. And then I gotta go.
So I don't. Okay, so I don't understand what they're. If you're hands free and you're not holding a phone, and you're, I don't understand what the problem is. They're saying that you can't even do that. I don't even understand that.
Well, I don't know exactly, but I know in all their tests and stuff that that's what they were recommending. So,
Another thing that I'm highly
so
concerned about.
if that's in their test, and then that's, I believe that's their desire. Now the orientation is coming up next. So when I was at the Ace Duran orientation, they actually have where they don't want you to park on ramps. Now, I don't believe in parking on off ramps. I think that's just totally dangerous because you have cars coming off the interstate at a high rate of speed. And if there's, you know, anything could go wrong and wham, and then you're responsible for being there. So, but on an on ramp, if you don't go all the way down by the interstate, but if you stay up high and stay out of the way where trucks can cut in there and make their turns, you get, you know, stay up high where before they get up speed, you know, that's cool. You know, there ain't no harming anything. Uh, so, and I've done that my whole trucking career and then some. And so, which is going on 34 years now. So, uh, anyway, I totally disagreed with that. And then Mr. Ray Hall says, well, I'm sure they got proof that it happened. That apparently a lady with her daughter was on their way to somewhere and she was getting on a ramp and she was following those red lights down that ramp and ran right in the back of it and killed them both. So to me, what I'm thinking is that truck had to be way down at the bottom of the ramp right before it goes on the interstate. And I've actually seen people, they'll go past the off ramp, under the overpass, and go right to where the ramp ends and it's supposed to come on the interstate, and then they'll pull over off the interstate and get over there. And I'm like, why would they do that? It's like parking it in the freaking interstate. That's a dangerous place to be. I believe that's a dangerous place to be. So, and I wouldn't do it. If you're going to park on a ramp, make sure you're up high where before the vehicle gets any kind of speed whatsoever. You know, that way the chances of something going wrong are very unlikely. And I've been doing that throughout the 80s when I drove, and when I after 93, yeah, I prefer to drive on a ramp than just sit in a truck stop and have some guy throw or a woman throw their uh, crap bags and urine bags all over my truck, and not being able to sleep because you're worried somebody's going to take your fender off in the middle of the night, and then they know they did it, so they jet real quick, and you wake up left with your fender hanging off on the ground. So, you know, and so I've had that happen to me 3 times, and so I don't sleep too good in a truck stop. And so what ends up happening is if I sleep in a truck stop, I don't get any real rest, and then I end up just being dog tired the next day. So I try to stay away from truck stops, but people are so filthy. They just throw their crap bags out on the ground and their urine bottles and what other garbage they have out on the ground. And what happens is the counties and the private property owners, they just get tired of it, and you get a no parking. So, and that's happened all across the country. And so, you know, a few run it for the others. But so I always look for places like you go in an industrial area and where trucks will be loading or unloading. You can find a place to park over there, ramps or whatever. But I try to find somewhere other than a truck stop. That's just me. That's my personality. I know there's a lot of you that are truck stop queens, and you just
Queens.
love truck stops. Yeah, there's people that just love truck stops. That's their favorite place in the whole wide world.
Why in the world?
Anyway, but that's not me.
Well, okay, so the crux of the matter is whether it's CERULEAN or whether it's Jones Motor Company or whoever, everybody's going to have their own rules. I mean, everybody's going to have their own things that you have to abide by. Now, one of the things that's really concerning me about Jones is that we were looking forward to. Can y'all tell I'm very uncomfortable? We haven't done a live in over a year.
Just don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, I've got the whole bedhead thing going on.
Let's get the bed.
I got the bedhead
Me
thing
too.
going
I
on.
get out of bed looking like this.
But I don't. We have not done a live since November of 2023.
Well, that's just why we don't do live, because we don't have nobody on there. So.
Well, because we haven't established people who do lives.
Most people are asleep anyway.
Well, people who do lives schedule them, okay, and people get used to watching their lives.
I'm a random kind of guy.
Well, but people don't do random type of lives.
Well, that's okay. So.
But like I know that
I know YouTube likes me to do lives.
Where are you getting that from?
By the stats.
We haven't done a live in well over a year.
Let's see. The last live I did was on that river. What was the name of that river?
No, the last live that we did was.
The last live I did.
Well, yeah, you had some pretty exciting material. But.
What was that river? It was in Idaho. And what town was it? Oh man, I can hardly remember. I cannot hardly remember. I can't remember. But anyway, it was pretty cool.
Okay, but talking about YouTubing,
a bridge going over a canyon.
I know. I mean, we'd have to go back and look at it. But this is going to really shake up our channel with him going to Jones, because you've always been allowed to film you would have the phone.
But separate. I bought a high tech dash cam. So, and what do you mean by that? Well, so my dash cam is capable of downloading videos onto my phone. So I can, at the end of the day, if I've seen anything, I can go back and get it off of the dash cam, and then I can edit it or whatever. I can make, if I'm not dog tired, when you're trucking, you ain't got time and energy to be dealing with videos. But I could probably, do some things that don't require me to make a video while I'm driving. It's just the videos are being made while they're because it's a dash cam. It's just sitting up there recording, just like I did on the black truck where I had 4 cams going 24/7.
Right. But the point is that now that you have the truck up and running and people have watched you rebuild it for 3 months almost, people are interested in you going back out on the road, and they want to see videos from the road. They're eager to see that truck at work. They want to see videos from the road. So we can't let our subscribers down. We can't let them down. We have to provide. If you have to get video off of your dash cam, then that's what you're going to have to do, is to get video off your dash cam and upload those videos. And we want to keep our viewers interested.
I got other ways to do recordings. I have the GoPros, I have the dash cam, and then I still haven't got the RV security cameras yet, but I plan on getting those too. But the only reason why I hadn't is because the last RV security camera I had didn't have loop, and I believe loop is important because the reason why is because once your data is filled up on that chip, it stops recording. And that would always mess me up. I think I'd have something, but it would already been full, so it wasn't recording it anymore. But if it's got loop, I know it's on there because it looped over and it's continuously recording.
Right.
And I buy those really big ones anyway, so you have a whole day's worth of stuff on there.
So hopefully we can work out something where Stephen can have some videos from the road. And but if we can't talk while you're going down the road and you can't film, that's going to really change a lot as far as your ability. You're going to have a boring drive somewhat if you can't entertain yourself.
Well, I remember that one truck, I didn't even have a stereo in it for 3 years.
Right.
And the reason why is because I had just bought a red truck and I was about halfway through my payments and I had to have surgery on my eye. And then I ended up losing that truck and I did a lot of work to that truck. And that hurt. That hurt big time. And so my next truck, which was 05 Pete, I said I would only do what needed to be done to keep it safe and on the road. And I wouldn't do no more until I paid it off. Once I paid it off, I started putting stuff in it. Whoever took the stereo out just reached in there and cut it. They just destroyed all the wiring. It took me, 7 hours to put the stereo in there? It's freaking crazy. But, yeah, so I had one truck where I didn't have a stereo in it. So it didn't, I can't remember how I made phone calls. Oh, Bluetooth. That's right. I remember I had Jawbones.
Yeah, you did use Jawbones. But now you don't want anything in your ear.
That's because I found out that anything Wi-Fi is releasing radiation. And it's a significant amount it's a significant amount during the time that you're hearing it. There's a lot of radiation around it. So why would you put something on your head if it's shooting radiation at your head? So, I decided I don't want to do that. So I want hands free and heads free.
Well, there's 3 things that I want to talk about, and then it is Sunday morning, and we have Sunday school in an hour and a half.
Well, it's been 20 minutes. Nobody's been on here, so we can get on.
Well, wait a second. There's 3 things that I want to talk about, and that is that it would be so ideal. It came up in conversation when Stephen was making pancakes. Thank you for breakfast, by the way. Stephen made incredible pancakes and bacon. Thank you for the Sunday morning breakfast. Thank you.
So I leave the batter when you're mixing it. Generally, let's say if you was going to a international,
IHOP?
International
House of Pancakes.
Yeah, International House of Pancakes. If you're going to International House of Pancakes, they make their batter worse. If you pour it, it would just run out like milk. Those pancakes are real thin. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my pancake batter, you have to push it out because it's real thick. And the reason why I like that is because when it makes a pancake, it comes out like bread. You have to keep your temperatures down or it burns.
So thank you for the.
So my pancakes are like real thick.
They are. They're very filling, and it's more like bread instead of pancakes. Thank you for breakfast.
Yeah, 1 pancake and you're done.
Okay, so these are the 3 things that I want to talk about, and then I need to get off here because I need to get ready for church. And that is, actually, disclaimer: if you didn't catch it earlier, Stephen's just sprang this live. I didn't even know we were going to do a live. He just sprang it on us. Okay.
Spring-a-lang-a-lang.
But while you were making breakfast this morning, we were talking about how it would be really wonderful if you had the opportunity to buy trucks and to fix them up and to resell them to basically what they call
Oh
it.
yeah. So see, when I was a young man and I didn't have a care in the world as far as taking care of bills and stuff, that's what I used to do. I used to buy, fix, and sell cars.
Flip is the word I was looking for.
I
Flipping
loved it.
trucks.
I would see back in that day. Back in that day, the Mustang 2 was real popular, and the Pinto, and I had several of them. I mean, lots of them. And the reason why is because I would take parts and fix with one and get rid of it, and I just continued to do that over and over and over. And I knew where all the parts were in the county and in all the wrecking yards. I loved it. It was great. Well, there's no money in that in today's world, but there wasn't really any money back in the yesterday world either. But yeah, so I haven't been working on cars a whole lot, but I've been working on trucks and semi trucks quite a bit. And so, yeah, I would, I especially that white Pete, when I got rid of that white Pete, I really wanted to get another Pete and build it and fix it and sell it. And I thought that that'd be really a cool thing to do.
Right. So instead of out there in the weather and all this stuff, instead of being out there driving for a living, you could be fixing and flipping trucks for a living. And that's something that would be nice
Yeah,
for
I'd
him
like
to
to do
do.
that.
Okay. The second thing I wanted to discuss.
My next goal is to get a modern truck and take all the motor and take anything that's computerized out of it and put like a 6NZ or a C15 that's built right and put that down in there with an 18 speed and 355 or lower gears. But yeah, on a newer truck. So keep on trucking on there.
Oh, we have our first viewer after what? We've been doing this for 25 minutes?
Yeah, we're getting off now.
No, we're not. Now that we have one person. Oh, look at that. Hello, guys.
But anyway, that'd be my next thing is to buy a newer truck and take older running gear and put that in there. So yeah. Hello, keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. Hello, guys. So you're our one. It took us like 30 minutes to get. How are you guys? He says.
All right, Ruthie was asking me 1,000 questions of the comments.
Well.
And I just decided I was in here eating a pancake, and I decided to push go live.
So we have not done a live since November of 2023. And Steven's like, I'm going live. I'm going live. Well, I got my bedhead. Oh, McQueen Inc. What's up, you? Love you. What's up? Y'all love the.
He's saying he loves you. Come on, you got to read between the lines. Appreciate it, man.
Okay.
There's Paul.
Look at that. Sorry to hear the issues with your truck. Oh, now we're starting to get viewers. See, this is what happens when people get used to you
like
being
you're
live.
An expert at it. Richie's like, this is what happens when you do a live.
No, when people get used to you being live, like some people go live every week, and we haven't been live in over a year. As soon as you get behind the wheel of that tractor, you're going to love it, Stephen.
Well, I've driven it a few times, and now I had the video cut because I was excessively speeding down the highway, down a 55-mile-an-hour road. I was going really fast and didn't even realize I was going fast. So my point is that the truck handles great. I mean, it handles road really good, and I don't even have the 3-wheel alignment on it yet. And so I need to do that.
Look at these nice comments coming in.
But with all those brand new bushings and everything and a new driveline. And here's another thing that I found out. So when I picked up the truck and I brought it home, the transmission was really sloppy. You know, it just had a lot of slop between each gear. Well, since it has a whole new driveline system in it, it doesn't seem sloppy anymore. And I would have never imagined that a driveline would would tighten up your gears like that.
Okay, Stephen, I'm going to read some of these comments. So, love the dynamic between you guys. McQueen Inc. Love the dynamic between you guys. Oh, do we have a dynamic, Stephen? Do we have a dynamic? Paul Larkin. I follow up all because of you're real. You're real. Are we real? We're real. Yeah, he's
we're a wheel.
real.
I'm 10 luggage wheel.
No, I said real. So thank you, Paul. Keep on trucking. Everyone, please hit that thumbs up button. Help out the channel. Thanks. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. It's nice that we got some comments coming in now. It took us 30 minutes. Okay.
So yeah, I just haven't really, this truck. So when I bought it, I was told that this was a well-maintained truck. So I believed the guy so much that I didn't even get up underneath it. I fixed the exhaust leak on it. I guess that should have been a warning that he was driving it with the rotted out exhaust. But I didn't even pay attention to nothing because I believed the guy was telling me the truth about the truck. And I took it over there expecting that it was a good truck. And when it didn't pass that inspection, I was like, man, I felt like a stupid idiot for falling for it. But
Paul Larkin, you're located in Kentucky, which is prime for freight.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of the freight zone where we live. So if you truck around the country, you know that Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, not so much Arkansas, and Missouri, Illinois, we're right in the middle of the hub where I live. And so, yeah.
McQueen, I can't help but think of Lightning McQueen. I'm sorry, when I see McQueen Inc., I think of Lightning McQueen because AJ was so much into the cars when he was little. Lightning McQueen says, can't wait to see you go trucking. Well, we need to make some money. So we need to.
So we have everything. We got the title Friday, and it said on their website that they would accept an inspection that was within the last 75 days. Well, I had an inspection and it passed when I came back. The next morning I went over and got an inspection at Love's and it passed. So we sent that over there. So they have everything. So we should be good for an orientation. If I get more orientation, I should be going to work this week. So
we hope so. Keep on trucking. Don't feel bad. I've been cheated on almost every rig I've ever bought, and it's trucking now. It's trucking nowadays. So he's been cheated on almost every truck that he's bought. So Paul Larkin, I am in northern Indiana where freight is good. So freight is good in northern Indiana. He says it is.
Well, because it's up by northern Indiana is Gary, Indiana, which Gary, Indiana is next to Chicago. Yeah, it's a good area. Plus, so between Chicago, you have on the other side you have Detroit. And then you have an industrial hub all between there.
He says, "Yep." He says it is good. So while I have an audience, we didn't have an audience. It was kind of awkward, but now that I have an audience,
but I did well with that audience. See, that's what I'm saying. I drove a truck for 3 years and didn't have a radio. So I entertained myself. I'd be bing, bong, bong, boom, boom, da bing.
Well, I like the comments that are saying that we are real people and that they like our dynamics. Well, we have been married for 21 years. So maybe that helps our dynamics that we've been married for 21 years. So,
we have nothing in common, ladies and gentlemen, other than the Lord Jesus Christ.
J.C. Smith.
Her being 23 years younger than I am.
You cannot do math. I am not 23.
Oh, the number 23. I'm thinking of the truck. The truck is 23 years
younger
old.
than you. We're 16 years apart.
But her being 16 years apart, I can't even tell a story without being interrupted. I have to tell everything. So.
J.C. Smith Projects, welcome to the channel. I buy, fix, and build trucks. That's what we want. That's what I would love for.
That's what I was going to do when I originally.
I buy, fix, and build trucks.
When I had originally. So when we first started having problems with AJ and found out that he had autism and it was really destructing the home, I had a really beautiful truck at the time. And I wanted to get rid of that truck and buy and fix and sell other trucks. But that never happened. And that's where I ended up with them Harleys. I hadn't had a motorcycle since my 20s. And so I got the Harleys to buy, fix, and sell. But Kentucky had me go through so many loopholes about getting a license and separating the property and making it a commercial piece of property, and that I had to have that RV for an office, and just so many requirements in order for me to buy, fix, and sell Harleys. By the time I was done fixing, getting ready for all their requirements, I had no money to buy, fix, and sell Harleys. So I had to just give. Uh, that's when that black Freightliner came about.
So I need to read these comments.
Well, read them.
Well, Mr. Marvin, hello there, Mr. Marvin. I love how he always says, "Watching from London, Kentucky." And that's his classic line. He's always like, "I'm watching from London, Kentucky. I'm watching
That's
from
just
London,
on the
Kentucky."
other side of Bowling Green over there.
So hello, Mr. Marvin from London, Kentucky. J.C. Smith Projects. There can be good money in it. You make your money when you buy the truck, not when you sell it. So you make your money when you buy the truck.
Yeah, kind of like I did with this cheap truck here. It's a good thing I got it cheap because that sure dumped a lot of time and money.
Keep on trucking, outlaw life. Beautiful house. Oh, hey, we got a beautiful house because you haven't seen. Because you haven't seen my clutter. Thank you. I will take it. I will take it. He says we have a beautiful house. Of course, you're only seeing the one room. I wouldn't show you many other things. So beautiful house, guys. I just bought an '88 FLD 120 with a B model cat, fully mechanical, and I'm ready to hit the road with it. But I haven't seen much for freight lately, and the money is garbage.
Yeah. So we know that this guy AJ, he's coming over tomorrow. He's supposed to have been here today. He's got a drop deck and a step deck, and he's hauling military freight. And if it wasn't for that, he said the load board is just really, really bad. It was real bad when I sold the black Freightliner. It was horrible.
So, Paul Larkin.
Ladies and gentlemen, it won't be long. It's going to be baby drill, and there's going to be a lot of pipe and a lot of steel's going to be moving. I'd say it's going to probably break loose here in the next 2 or 3 months.
Paul Larkin, the idea is run miles across the Midwest and get home on the weekend. Stephen, look, we have 31 people watching.
Yeah, I did that a lot. In fact, so one of my things that I used to do with the black Freightliner is I would go up to St. Louis. What was the name of it? Peevely. I would load in Peevely, and I'd run to Montana. In Montana, I would drop down to Burley, Idaho, and pick up a load of styrofoam and run it back to Pennsylvania. And then from Pennsylvania, I would run back down this way and take off a couple of days, fix whatever I had to fix, and then off and do it again. I've done that for the last 3 years, haven't I?
Right. Okay, so to get home on the weekend, but that doesn't always work. Keep on trucking. He's saying hello to J.C. Smith. Keep on trucking. J.C. Smith Project says can't buy trucks on blind faith. Well, isn't that the truth? Can't buy trucks. I'm reading the comment.
This guy.
Let me read the comment.
Wait a minute. Break. Pause. So this guy that I bought the truck from saw a video where I was inspecting a truck. I took my coveralls and climbed up underneath it and was checking it and everything because I was really interested. It was a Coronado, and it was a nice truck as far as I was concerned. But the guy didn't have a title, so I didn't get it. But he saw that video and said, "Hey, I got a truck for you." And then I talked to him for a few hours, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker. So.
Okay, so yeah, I guess you bought it on blind faith. Can't buy trucks on blind faith, regardless of what people say. Well, isn't that the big truth? I inspect every inch of a truck before I make a deal, and I think most of what you have been fixing could have been caught before the purchase.
I agree.
All right, so let's. I do want to talk about J.C. Smith's Project's comments. listen to that. Most of what you've been
Not
fixing.
so much forehead anymore.
Oh, have you been super conscious of your forehead, Stephen?
Yeah,
Okay.
on camera it looks huge.
Most of what you.
Yeah, huge.
Oh, you're covering up your forehead. Most of what you've been fixing could have been caught before making a purchase. Now, I want to pause right there.
I didn't hear the question.
He is saying most of what you have been fixing could have been caught before.
I agree 100%. I let my guard down, and that's what I was saying. I was inspecting trucks like I was supposed to, because I've been doing this for a long time. But I went, and this guy called me up and he just came at me from a different angle, and I let my guard down, and man, I got bent really well.
Okay. So I like how y'all are talking to each other. We've got Keep On Trucking and JC Smith are talking to each other like that. Paul Larkin, you have more followers than you know.
Yeah.
You have Paul Larkin says you have more followers than you know.
Larkin, how come I know that name?
Paul Larkin. Paul Larkin says you have more followers than you know. So we have secret followers.
Secret followers.
And then he says y'all are funny. Y'all two are funny. Well, I guess I guess we're funny. I know that Steven's got a better sense of humor than I do. Seeing how Keep On Trucking Outlaw, seeing how it's a Michigan truck, you should have known it was going to need a lot of love.
Oh man, let me tell you, every time I touch a bolt on that thing, it's like it's war. But it's only from the middle of the truck back, so everything up front is like it's supposed to. You can break a bolt loose with no problem, but from about midway back, if you got to work on anything, it's war with them bolts.
I guess you'll never buy another Michigan truck again.
No, I knew better. I don't know. I guess I bought it for YouTube content.
Oh, it's true. We've had a lot of YouTube content. That's true.
I just played the victim. I bought it for YouTube content. How'd I do?
That truck has grown our YouTube channel. So Keep On Trucking Outlaw. I had my mom subscribe to your channel for you to get more viewers.
Oh wow, thank you.
That's nice. That. If everybody and their mom subscribed, that's nice. But going back to what Stephen just said, I think that our channel has really exploded because of exploded in subscribers because of the drama of you working on the truck. I mean, YouTube loves drama, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot of drama.
YouTube is awesome is here. All the cat lovers will want it. They are crazy stupid that way. What?
Yeah.
What?
He's talking about the motor.
I thought you were talking about our precious cats.
I told you, when you talk to Ruthie, you got to have a paintbrush.
All the cat lovers will want it. They are crazy stupid that way. Okay. At first, I thought you were talking about our two precious cats, but you're talking about the Caterpillar motor.
I was running it, and it ran at 180 degrees. It was holding 70 pounds of oil pressure. So it seems to be doing pretty good.
Scott Berry. I don't know. I think I would just keep it and run it.
I don't really have a choice in the matter right now.
Keep an eye out for what you're
looking. I really don't. My choice right now is to get to work. But if I had the option to get like that yellow Freightliner, that first one that I was looking at, that's been smoked in, and I can't handle cigarette smoke, but man, I like that truck compared to
JC Smith Projects. I'm in Ohio. Everything is rust. Everything is rust covered. I deal with so much rust. My blood type is rust. That's funny. My blood type is rust.
Yeah.
Scott Berry.
After I took it for a test drive, I noticed there was a lot of wind noise coming around the door. And I was pointing to Ruthie how the wind wing is actually rusted on it. You could reach up there and chip it off, the wind wing.
Scott Berry, anything north of the Ohio River sucks as far as rust goes. I rarely buy anything from Michigan or the Rust Belt. You know, that's funny that you're using the expression Rust Belt. That's a funny expression because when you say the Rust Belt, I know what you're talking about as far as the northern states and up there. But just something about you saying Rust Belt reminds me of we live in the Bible Belt, which is a good reminder to let you know that Sunday school is in an hour. The thing is, wait a second, you.
All right,
no, just let me talk.
See what I got to do with?
No, well, Stephen started.
She's got the platform and she ain't giving it up.
Stephen started this like we were.
She's like, I want nothing to do with it. You started it. You deal with it. Now look, you can't even get her to be quiet.
But you chose to do it on a Sunday morning when we have church and Sunday school. Okay, so we are in the Bible Belt, and we love going to church and Sunday school. But before we close this out, I want to read a few more comments, and there's two things that I need to say.
All right, we get all the comments read?
No. Let's see. So we've gone from Rust Belt to Bible Belt. I like how Stephen always keeps a cool head that shows a lot about him. That's from Keep On Trucking. I like how Stephen always keeps a cool head. And
that's the Holy Spirit.
Joe, amen to that. Joe Monroe, she just got it good. She just got it. Oh, the joke about the cat. She just got it. Good joke about the cat.
Hey, I go through that all the time. That's what I'm saying. I can't tell her story because I got to stop and explain it.
I really thought he was talking about how we have cat content, how we have 2 cats. I thought he was talking about.
By the time I'm done explaining, I forgot what I was talking about.
JC just watched your video. Yep, Rust. Great video. JC Smith Projects. You need to recover your time invested. Amen. Rust that truck for rest. Rust. Is it rest or rust that truck for a while? It will give you.
He meant to drive it, run it.
A pedigree when you
run the truck for a while.
Going to sell it. Okay. Keep on trucking. I took off 2 wheelbarrows of rust. 2 wheelbarrows of rust off the frame. Are you using hyperbole? 2 wheelbarrows of rust off the frame of my Mac. I'm now scared to death to haul anything with it.
I guess so. Don't have a frame left.
Oh yeah, he used a little. He corrected himself. He said, "Run that truck for a while, not rust." Cool head. What is LMAO. I think that stands for laughing my ass off. I think
I thought it meant lame-o.
No, LMAO.
You're a lame.
I think that is texting for laughing my ass off. I saw that upside down steering. Oh, he saw that upside down steering knuckle. Remember?
Oh yeah. So
Rootsie's,
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm like, sometimes I'm just retarded, man. I'm telling you what.
I saw that. This is the great mechanic. We're talking to the great mechanic.
I'm telling you, just sometimes I'm retarded that way. I can't help it.
The master mechanic. He's like.
What I did discover is that you could put it on upside down. So
But this is our great master mechanic that has guided Stephen through this process. Hi, Ruthie and Stephen. How I got your names right. My name is Bobby. I want to thank you for your videos. You both are doing a great job. I am from New Jersey. I am semi-retired truck driver. Oh, well, hi, Bobby.
I want to be a semi-retired.
You want to be semi-retired. So hi, Bobby. Welcome aboard from New Jersey. And then Master Mechanic says we all make mistakes. Now, see, look what you got me into a predicament. You know what the predicament is? The predicament is that we got 32 people watching, and I am loving the comments coming in, and I'm loving this. And the predicament is.
It's not a predicament.
It is a predicament.
Keep reading the comment.
No, it is a predicament. because again, Sunday school and church this morning, and so we got all this going on. We have not done a live since you have had this truck.
Yeah,
And
I was
now,
on some bridge out in Idaho that goes over a. It's really, really high. Well, actually, it looks like you're on level ground, but it's like a Grand Canyon kind of thing. It was really cool.
But we should have been
Do you
doing.
remember what that was?
I'd have to go. No, I'd have to go back
That
and
was the
look.
last live. Or I did a live when I was cooking steak on the road.
Oh yeah, you did a live when you were
I
cooking
love to
steak.
cook steak on the road.
So we should have been.
You're missing all
We
kinds of
should be
questions.
doing. Okay, we should have been doing lives all this time about you working on the truck. We should.
Man,
have
I can't do a live when I'm depressed. You know, I've been depressed for the last 2 months since I found out that this truck was a hunk of junk.
Scott Berry.
I mean, that really busted my self-esteem right there.
Scott Berry. I have a friend up here in Michigan that had a 2010 Freightliner that the frame rusted, though. He ended up scrapping the truck.
I thought about getting another truck and taking all the running gear out of this thing.
Keep on Trucking Outlaw says I'm semi-retarded.
That's me. I'm semi-retarded.
I'm semi-retarded. Joe Monroe, just have another live tonight around 6.
Anyway, the lady that was semi-retired, what did she wanted? She said she wanted to thank us for what? Or Bobby.
Bobby. Well, I didn't know if it was a male or female. I just said Bobby. I'm not going to gender anybody. I just I saw Bobby. I don't know if it's Bobby Bobbi or Bobby. I think he said Bobby.
I think it was Booby, wasn't it?
No, we're not Booby. We're not calling anybody Booby. No, it is a man. I'm Bobby. I'm Bobby from New Jersey, not Booby.
From New Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, they got some really crazy insurance.
See, Bobbi is female. Bobbi is female. Bobby is male. You have to know these things. And he says my name is Bobby, not Booby. Sorry about that, Mr. Bobby. And
I didn't call him Booby.
Yes, you did. You said Booby.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay. He's the one from New Jersey, and he's semi-truck retired. So somebody says we can do another live tonight. I don't know. We might. You can do another live tonight. You can put cutoffs on any rusted truck unless it runs. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to do that.
You can put cutoffs on
stretch it out to like a 280. I don't want a 300.
Really
That's
rusted
too much.
truck unless it runs
280 is
under.
nice, though. I love 280.
What is the cutoff? What do you mean?
You can take the back of a truck. So that would be like from where the catwalk is. You cut it off right there and put all new on the back.
You can put cutoffs on
or whatever you want.
Truck. Okay. You have been in contact with the old owner of the truck. Have you been in contact with the old owner of the truck? Does he watch? Okay. Let's talk about that. So keep on Trucking Outlaw. Have you been in contact with the old owner? Not since December 19th. We haven't had December the 19th. And
so we were right after the failed inspection. We talked to him on the phone, him and his wife, and he couldn't believe that all those things was wrong with it. And I said, well, I hadn't looked at it yet, but then when I finally got out there and started doing the inspections and found out that everything that the guy said was wrong with it, there was plus that was wrong with it that they didn't even catch on the inspection. Like the air compressor was bad and it was blowing oil through the whole system, and I had to put a new air dryer on it and clean all the air lines out of it so to get all the oil out.
So as far as I think
there was that on top of that. So
I think he was watching our channel, and he probably still does. The question is, does he watch the channel? Well, he did initially.
That's how he found me.
That's how he found, but he did initially. But he might have been. He might if he watches our videos. But if you
sold me a truck and like that, would you watch it?
Yeah, he probably. I mean, you've had videos called "The Worst Truck Ever" or "I Hate This Truck," and you've had videos like that.
It is. The worst truck I ever had was my first truck, and that was a Peterbilt. and this truck tops that.
So if you saw your old truck and somebody was making a video about your old truck and said, "This is the worst truck I have ever had," I don't know if he'd watch our videos or not.
It is. It's the worst truck.
You should get the locations. This is from Paul Larkin. You should get the locations and contact info for followers. I ran into Super Trucking Dan on a delivery at work, and then found Trucking with Schmidt broke down just 20 miles from the house. So do you know those channels?
Yep, I do.
You do know Super Trucking Dan?
Yeah, and I've seen actually parked next to Super Trucking Dan in Nebraska. He was asleep. I was gonna knock on his door, but he had the curtains pulled. He was asleep.
And so. Trucking with Schmidt. Do you know who Trucking with Schmidt is?
I do know who Trucking. He's got the W9.
Don't be depressed, JC Smith. Don't be depressed. You just learned what not to do when you buy.
Yeah. The only thing is, I seem to forget.
Next purchase will go better. We get our education by going through the school or my doing. Would have picked him up and helped him out. I guess he's talking about J. Schmidt Trucking. Yeah, he knew 100%. Joe Monroe, do you watch Flint Creek or Gentry? Yeah, you watch Gentry.
I watch both of those.
I don't know what Flint Creek is, but you watch Gentry.
I watch Flint Creek. So it's a black guy. He's more mulatto than black, and is he like the general manager or is he the owner? But anyway, he's always ordering all those beautiful blue trucks. Yeah. I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who Flint Creek is, but Stephen does watch Gentry and Sons a lot. I mean,
Gentry. He watches our channel too. Gentry
yeah, he watches our channel. People sell stuff for a reason. Meaning the truck. I mean, people sell stuff for a reason.
See, that's why I need to sell a truck, because I'm never going to forget about it. Y'all never going to let me forget about it.
See, look, okay. Bobby says he is a man. See, it's not Bobby, Bobbi.
My baby brother's dad was Bobby. His name was Bob.
He says he's related to us. How are you related to Bobby here again? By the way, I found out I am related to you guys. I am a guy.
Because he's
a Christian. Brother in Christ. Oh, okay. Right. Well, that's the spiritual bonds. Okay, not flesh and blood. I am a Christian. Well, praise the Lord.
Yeah, cool.
And we're going to have to shut this down in a minute because we got to go to Sunday school.
We don't have to go to Sunday school.
I am a Christian. Well, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. So spiritual related. Scott Berry. Hey, have I got a deal for you?
Uh-oh.
Have I got a deal for you? That's okay, Ruthie. You can beat up Stephen.
Yeah.
He couldn't believe all that was bad because he wasn't the guy doing the work to his truck. He was paying whatever. I see what J.C. Smith is saying, that
I agree.
He
agree.
didn't know the truck was that bad.
I agree, and that's what I was telling Ruthie is that, he was telling me that he always took it to TA to do all the services and everything.
He was paying whatever kid, and that's the word that you use, kid. He was paying whatever kid started.
Well, and that's what he said. He said every time he took it into an inspection, it would pass.
Okay.
So,
what about the rig that the company that helped Stephen with the Kingpins? Oh, the yellow truck. I guess he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's the truck I was talking about. I would really like to have that truck. The only thing bad about that truck is whoever drove it smoked a lot. I mean, it's horrible in there. So it would need a whole new interior. You'd have to take out the air conditioning and the heating. And plus, it has an APU unit. So that's 3 air conditioning heating units you need to take out and clean, put all new hoses on it. And then and then put it back together with all new interior, and that's a lot of work because that's what I did to the black one.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Oh yes. That black Freightliner. We have videos of you cleaning out all the interior.
The problem with the black Freightliners, he didn't smoke, but he had a dog, and I have bad allergies to dog hair, so I had to take it completely apart down to the aluminum and put all new matting and carpet. And I did use the black material, but I had to scrub it, and then I changed all the gray to red. So, and that's pretty common for me to have to do that to trucks, to tear them apart, tear the interior out, and redo them. So,
Stephen ever thought about going with Mercer? You found out something about Mercer?
yeah, I called up Mercer several times,
Several
and they won't
times.
take a truck that old. They say they got to have something. I think 2000. I think it's 2007 or newer.
I thought it was 2008.
You know, because they want the EPA
You have
stuff.
to have a 2008.
It's got to be certified, you know, EPA. So.
This is a good idea from Paul Larkin. If you break down, go live, because a follower might be a few miles away. So that's cool. If you ever break
Are
down.
Are you predicting something?
Well, let's not go there. But that is a good idea. If you break down, go live, because a follower might be a few miles away. That's good.
What makes you think I'm going to break down?
Stephen, he's just giving a good there.
Yeah, I've been out there for 3 months working on a truck for nothing.
J.C. Smith headed to the shop frame painting today. Later, so he's fixing to go paint. So later there.
Paint. Oh, that's cool.
Paul Larkin, the yellow truck would be sweet for you without the smoking issue. That's true.
Yeah. So if y'all remember my black truck, where it had the silver flames on the hood, and then it had the silver stripes over the humps of the fenders and stuff. I wanted to do the same thing to the yellow truck, exactly the same, but in purple. So I thought that would be really cool.
Paul Larkin says trucking with Schmidt broke down just 20 miles from him.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw that where he broke down. Where did he break down at?
So
I didn't actually watch the video, but I saw that it broke down.
But I mean, that is a good idea. You can go live from your phone in the truck. That is a good idea, and say, "Help! SOS! Help!"
All right, we're gonna pull.
Okay, there are two issues that I
wanted to.
Can we
read all the questions?
Would have got to him if you were that close, I guess.
That's how we met AJ. So I had a blowout coming across Florida, and I went into TA and I got a tire. Well, the tire they sold me was a piece of junk, and the next morning it was flat. But I had to make the delivery down in Florida. Well, I wasn't going live, but AJ lives down in Florida, and he saw what was going on. And so he knew that I was sitting at the TA there in Jackson, Florida, and ended up showing up, knocking on my door. So he wanted to see if he could help me with a tire.
AJ Rodriguez.
And brought me McDonald's. And so he's coming to visit us tomorrow. He was supposed to be here today, but he hit a tree with a stack, and so he had to fix that. But he's going to be here tomorrow.
Maybe we can go live with AJ.
Well, yeah, and he's a huge guy. I'm 5'8", and he makes me look like a tiny kid. I mean, he's a huge kid. He's a giant teddy bear.
Yeah, we're talking about AJ Rodriguez, and maybe we can go live with him tomorrow. Bobby, again, you're right, Stephen, about the yellow truck, or start smoking and you won't notice it.
I smoked for 27 years, and man, when I quit smoking, it was, other than giving my life to the Lord Jesus Christ, that was one of the best things I ever did.
Okay, two things I've been wanting to say, and then I have to go get ready for Sunday school, and that is this. This is great that you did a live. It's the liveliest live we've ever had. How about that? It's the liveliest live that we've ever had, but unfortunately, you started it on a Sunday, and here's what I wanted. If Billy Engel
never make her happy.
If Billy Engel in North Carolina watches this, I was roped into this, Mr. Billy, because I was sharing with Mr. Billy that I had a conviction of the Holy Spirit, which I told you last week. I had a conviction to take Sundays off of YouTube. If y'all will notice, I put up 7 videos yesterday on Saturday. 7. I did 7 videos yesterday. But last Sunday, I woke up with the conviction of the Holy Spirit that I needed to take my Sabbath rest off of YouTube. I needed to take Sunday off of YouTube. And then what does Stephen do? He springs alive on a Sunday. But so if you're watching Mr. Billy Engel, I was kind of roped into this. But so my thoughts are, I work very, very, very hard on YouTube, 6 days a week. And prior to last Sunday, we had put up a video every day, except for
I was in Plymouth. Okay.
Except for Christmas. I didn't put one up on Christmas, but I woke up last week with the conviction that I needed to take Sundays off of YouTube, just to give myself that Sabbath rest. But then,
all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, one more thing, and that is that if y'all have noticed, we haven't done shorts on our channel since December the 30th. So we're not doing shorts on our channel anymore. For various reasons, but we like the longer format. So,
so with all that being said, that means we're out of here. So
yeah, we got to get ready to go to Sunday school.
Hopefully, we're able to answer your questions. That the selling the truck is not really possible because I need to use it to go to work. So.
All right.
And don't predict me breaking down on the side of the road. I don't want to do that.
Hey, let's give them, wait a second. Let's give them something to look at. Give me a big kiss. Love you.
Later.
Love you.
Later.
All right. Well, we'll catch you again sometime. All right. Thank you, Bobby, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining in. We appreciate
Happy Sunday to you.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Bye.
And